We started Koval while I was pregnant, and our children have sort of grown up with the business. It was just Robert and I working all the time, our son in a pack and play.
We started relatively small because craft distilling didn't exist at the time.
We were taking care of our son, we were mashing, distilling, reading Sylvester and the Magic Pebble. I mean, that was it. And then slowly we started to grow and we brought on more employees. And now, 7.5 years later, we have about 21 people working for us.
For us, it's not that easy finding trained people because distilling since Prohibition hasn't been cultured. It's not something that really existed for almost a century. So we really want people who are able to learn, who are enthusiastic.
I feel that it's hard to find people who are really thorough. I think that you can find a lot of shoddy work, but I think when you find people who take pride and are willing to go the extra distance or are willing to do things without being asked, that they see something that needs to be addressed and they address it.
My name is Matt McLean. I'm a distiller here at Koval. I have a craft brewing background. What interests me was the distilling process, and I saw it as a complete alcohol package. There's brewing beer, and then completing the cycle would be actually taking the alcohol out of that beer and creating a distillate. I just had a daughter. She just turned 7 months. When the time was approaching, super stressed. You have no idea what's coming, no idea what to expect. We still hadn't talked about paternity leave. I was planning on just taking my couple weeks vacation that I had accrued and using that. And I think it was within 24 hours I got an email from the Koval staff.
We just told him, we said, you know what, 2 weeks paid, no matter what. If you need more time, let us know.
And I remember just feeling so relieved because if I needed to use those vacation days for an emergency later, they're still there.
I don't want any of my employees who are helping me grow my business to feel that if their child is sick, that they can't take off.
I think the biggest concern that I've heard from people is that they are afraid for any of their employees abusing the system.
People aren't staying home because they're just partying. This is, people stay home because something bad happens.
It's also important time for them to really spend with their family when it comes to paternity or maternity leave. When they get to do things like that, it comes back as a gratitude for a very, very long time.
It actually made me appreciate my company a lot more, and it really helps as an employee respect your employer.
I feel that they are more loyal. I feel that they are more excited about their work. I feel that they do have, a happier feeling about being at work when they are here because it's more of a community then.
I think paternity leave was a huge difference. It made her less stressed, and I think the bonding period of me actually having a full couple of weeks in the beginning was a big help for me and for our family. I can't imagine not being there, and I think it's a very important process of welcoming a baby into the world is having both parents there.
It's a partnership, and there are times in which people need to take some time. And I'm not going to penalize them for being sick or for having to take somebody to the hospital.
They still need to pay their bills. They still need to pay for their apartment, pay for their electricity bill, and it's just the way it is.
It was just a huge weight that was lifted off of me, and I just remember feeling very grateful and actually very blessed to be a part of a company that would do such a thing for somebody's personal life.
In a business, there are two things that sort of matter. It's obviously the bottom line matters, and secondly, it's how you run your business also really matters, and that affects the business in many mysterious ways.